don't like me, that's fine.
Whoa, okay, yeah, you made them too big. They weren't that big before. She made them even bigger.
This is gonna negatively influence every single little girl who looked up to you, and you know it. You were the only reason I was confident, guess that's gone. These comments perfectly summarize the feelings people now have towards Clara Dow, a body positivity influencer who rose to fame by creating hundreds of videos embracing her flat chest and spreading the message that it's okay to be different, only for her to go under the knife and get implants, effectively destroying the very thing that made her popular in the first place. And if that wasn't bad enough, her reason for getting the procedure left many wondering if she ever actually believed in her own preachings.
Let me tell you the real reason why I did it, and it comes down to one word. Fun.
Maybe she genuinely felt justified in her decision and thought this response would help diffuse the backlash.
You know, I want to talk about other things. I want to have fun. I want to change my identity.
There are some women who look trans because trans men want to be those women, so they've ruined that look for women. You don't know exactly what the f I'm talking about. There's certain women and you look at them and you're like, oh, she kind of looks trans.
Pull up a Bahamian
but before all this trans, you wouldn't have thought she was trans. You would have just been like, oh, like, she just looks like that. It's so sad. Like, if they ruined some girls' images, I'd be pissed if I was them.
Unfortunately, for Clara, this backfired spectacularly, making her lose hundreds of thousands of followers across different social platforms, while also receiving just as many angry comments from fans who felt betrayed. And from the way things are going, she'll likely never earn their trust back. Hi, I'm the internet anarchist.
So she said it's okay to have flat breasts, and then she got breasts. That's kind of funny.
How lost her most loyal fans with a series of terrible decisions. How she made the situation worse by doubling down, and why many of her former fans are more heartbroken than furious. But what's also left me heartbroken is how 76% of people watching my videos aren't yet subscribed. So please, take a moment to subscribe and let's get into the video. Clara started her YouTube journey in February of 2019 with a video titled "Do What You Love, No More Excuses." And right from the get-go, her content was all about positivity and happiness.
My motto for this year is do what you love.
While her early videos on topics like healthy morning and night routines saw modest success, they weren't exactly groundbreaking. That is, until a single video changed her life forever and helped her reach a level of success she never could have imagined. In June 2019, Clara uploaded a video talking about her flat chest, how she avoids insecurities and stays confident in her body despite looking so different from the norm.
I'm flat-chested, and as you can see,
that's sad. At first I was like, there's nothing bad about like not really having, like, you know what I mean? But no, like, that's
screen or diving board. That's basically how my chest looks like. But you know what? I love it. And in today's video, I will talk about my stories, how I was so insecure about my small chest, how I overcame it, and the lesson that I learned along the way.
This video got picked up by the YouTube algorithm almost immediately, allowing it to reach over 2.6 million views to date. More importantly, the message of this video resonated deeply with tens, if not thousands of women, who also felt insecure about parts of their body, with one of the top comments under this video reading, "I'm crying watching this, thank you for the beautiful words." The universally positive reception of this video also marked a shifting point in Clara's content. From this point on, almost everything she posted had something to do with her slender figure or flat chest.
Yo, WL body positivity, guys. Like, what do you lot think about this? Yeah, I'm really interested about this topic, actually. It's actually really an interesting topic. And I think that people shouldn't be shamed for being skinny and stuff. Do you know what I mean? If you have small boobs, big boobs, large boobs, fairly large boobs, or larger boobs, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, it's just kind of an L, the fact that she just like switched up on her fans like that, her OG fans.
Minds this one bit. After all, that's exactly what they were there for. She had carved out a niche for herself as the body positivity influencer for skinny girls.
Tough,
and her
WL,
viewers
body
loved
positivity
every second
influencer.
of it. As a comment puts
before
finally,
the
an
bad stuff
influencer
happened.
who talks about body positivity from the skinny girl perspective.
Yeah.
Support for Clara and her content only grew as she started posting short-form videos on both YouTube and TikTok, allowing her to reach nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, 4 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, that is quite noticeably different though. Like if you look like if we were to look right down there, right? That is a noticeable difference from what she had before. That's quite noticeable. Do you know what I mean?
Subscribers on YouTube and a whopping 3.3 billion views on her videos, most of which, as we mentioned earlier, were about her flat chest and slim figure. Despite her rapid rise to fame, however,
she doesn't own bras then, right?
and relatable to her core audience, which in turn helped her maintain a fairly positive presence online for years. But what fans didn't know at the time was that this perfect image was about to come crashing down with a single video. In September of 2024, Clara posted a video titled "The Surprising Habits That Make Me Skinny," and this title alone was a pretty major shock to her longtime viewers, before they even clicked play. You see, while most of her content revolved around her chest size, another thing she often made videos about was her skinny body. More specifically, she made videos about being skinny shamed her whole life, with people constantly commenting on it and telling her to eat more.
Count your calories. I never look good in mom jeans. Wish I was like you, blue-eyed blondie, perfect body. Maybe I
This led her fans to believe that she was naturally this skinny and struggled to gain weight. So imagine everyone's surprise when she posted a video listing over a dozen habits she practices to stay at the weight she is.
I have never gained weight since my adult life. I've never have to worry about my weight. I've never have to worry about what I eat.
I've never have to worry about. Bitch.
Feel healthy. If skinny privilege is a thing, I can be called a skinny legend.
This did not make sense.
No.
Was she lying about being skinny shamed in all those
emotional
videos?
connection
Because
and
why
bond with a
else would
woman
she
to be
want
able
to
to
stay
put
at such
my
a lower
peace
weight
inside of
if
her.
it was a constant source of bullying and harassment? However, the contradictory
so much
nature of
pussy.
this video was just the tip of the iceberg.
Why did this guy decide to start putting his face in videos? Was there was there some sort of specific reason as to why he started doing it, or was people just love doing it?
The advice she had for her viewers was somehow worse than any could have imagined. For instance, according to Clara, one of the biggest reasons behind her slim figure was her habit of essentially
Yes, Meg, you don't have to tell me nothing. I know exactly how you feel about this.
starving
You
herself.
don't need to say nothing.
The first habit is I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I only eat when I'm really hungry. I often don't remember to eat unless I really feel it in my stomach. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry. And then I realized that, oh, it's 7 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything all day.
a minute into the video, and she was already sending an extremely dangerous message to her impressionable young audience. This advice to only eat when you feel your stomach growling from hunger might sound viable on paper, when in reality it could lead to severe eating disorders to the point where someone forgets to eat for days at a time. Now, there was some solid advice buried somewhere in this video.
Another habit is I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't vape.
But much of it revolved around promoting habits that could lead to unhealthy behaviors over time, like admitting if she ate more than usual one day, she'd try to avoid food as much as possible the next.
If one day I consume 2,500 calories or 3,000, if I'm really stuffing myself, the next day I just don't think about food at all. I would still feel full from yesterday, and I probably will only have 500, 600 calories.
And her reasoning for this style of eating was, get this, because cavemen lived this way hundreds of thousands of years ago.
I think that it's so common for everywhere actually, not just in North America, but in Asia as well, to have regular mealtime, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and people just eat when it's mealtime, not necessarily because they are hungry. And I think that has to change, because back in our hunter-gatherer day, which is hundreds of thousands of years ago, we didn't have food lying around. We didn't have an abundance of food.
Completely disregarding our modern understanding of health and nutrition. As a comment on YouTube puts it, 100,000 years ago we ate every other day. 100,000 years ago, the average lifespan was 20. This harmful advice, combined with the hypocrisy of her making—
imagine a nigga on Roblox telling you that shit.
this video in the first place left a lot of her fans feeling deeply disappointed and upset. The backlash was harsh and immediate, resulting in the video getting over 4.5 times more dislikes than likes.
Would you not watch me sleep for an hour?
To mention the never-ending criticism that was pouring in the video's comment section. However, instead of facing the criticism head-on, apologizing, or even admitting that she made a mistake, she chose to turn the comments off and ignore the backlash completely. She was likely hoping that ignoring the backlash would make it go away. But that's not what happened. If she had owned up to her mistake, apologized, and taken the video down, most of her fans likely would have forgiven her and moved on within days. Especially since this was her first big mistake after years of having a fairly positive reputation. Her decision to ignore the criticism only made it stick around longer, slowly eroding the trust people had in her. She did eventually respond months later, however this response couldn't have been any more tone-deaf and dismissive, with her boiling down the paragraphs of criticism into, "I just said I don't eat when I'm not hungry, but the internet cancelled me because I starve myself and promote ED, like make it make sense." This felt more like rage bait than an actual sane response to otherwise serious criticism. She even posted multiple videos joking about how she had to get a real job because she was cancelled on the internet. But what came next made all this feel tame in comparison. It all started on April 1st, 2025, when she posted a video with a noticeably different appearance and a caption that read, "I had a boob job." The date made it seem like this was just a prank, and that she was likely wearing a bodysuit of some kind. But then, she also posted a comment stating, "Or am I kidding?" leaving her viewers completely confused about what was actually going on. Was all this just an elaborate April Fool's joke, or had she actually gone under the knife to change the very thing she had built hundreds of videos and her entire brand around? Fortunately, it didn't take long for her viewers to get the answer they were looking for. As the month of April went on, Clara kept posting videos with this new appearance, while completely ignoring the backlash and even posting videos trying to call out her critics for being, quote, obsessed with her.
And I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
This only fueled the outrage, as many of her viewers already saw the implants as a betrayal of everything she stood for over the past 6 years. As an angry fan under her reveal video wrote, "The best April Fool's joke you ever pulled was convincing your audience that you cared about body positivity." To which she snarkily replied, "Why so pressed?" However, many viewers were still holding on to their judgment until they heard her side of the story. Maybe her making hundreds of videos declaring her love for her flat chest was just a coping mechanism to deal with her deep-rooted insecurities, and it finally became too much for her to bear, though none of them could have predicted the real reason, since, in Clara's words, she got the surgery because she just wanted
Yo, I have the itis, bro. I can't even generate a single positive thought in my head right now, bro. Just like, give me like a minute
to have fun.
I'll lock it in a
Yes, I
second.
did have a boob job. I know this might come as a shock because my whole page used to be about loving my flat chest and being confident with it. I literally built my entire career and following around that. So why did I do it? Am I crazy? Was everything a lie? Was I secretly insecure this whole time and just use body positivity as a way to make money so I could finally afford a job? No, let me tell you the real reason why I did it. And it comes down to one word. Fun.
And as you might expect, this did not go over as well as she might have hoped. Bruh, "I got a boob job for fun" is more alarming message than me for "I got a boob job because I was insecure." WTF do you mean by you underwent surgery for, quote, fun? A real body positivity influencer realizes that you don't—
When you get rich, that's kind of the whole point of life. You start doing stuff for fun. You're not really doing it for like a specific reason anymore. And she got rich. You idiots made her rich and are now complaining because she's doing stuff with the money that you guys gave to her. Yeah, I have a feeling these comments just don't exist.
Just change your body for, quote, fun. She tried explaining herself in a longer video, which only made her sound even more tone deaf.
I really put my heart and soul into this cause. I
put
really
my heart in
believe in what I did, you know? And like I said, I still believe in it now. It's just that over time, as I do a lot of the same content,
Nah, she had no chest though,
over
bro.
time, as I do a lot of the same
Oh, like my thing
content day after day, week after weeks, year after years. I get bored.
Suffice it to say, her viewers were not happy about
Slightly,
it at
yeah.
all. Anger was one thing, but many of her longtime viewers felt sad because of this transformation. It left them wondering if Clara ever actually cared about body positivity, or if her entire career was just a way to seek validation and profit from the very insecurities she claimed to embrace. Some even believed that she did all of this to earn the money she needed to change herself. Regardless of her intentions, however, this one decision, alongside her horrible justification, made her lose her most loyal fans.
So yeah, of course, I agree with that point he just made right there. Completely agree.
Practically overnight.
You guys,
and just like her previous controversy, she refused to apologize and instead started lashing out at her own viewers.
If you don't like me, that's fine.
Whoa, okay, yeah. Yeah, you made them too big. They weren't that big before. She made them even bigger. Smeg. Yo, Smegma, you might have to, Smegma, you might have to handle this.
But, you know, watch your mouth.
Oh, sorry, was I too confident in my own body that I overcame so many struggles to learn how to love? Oh, she's so full of herself now. Well, who the f is supposed to be full of if it ain't me?
But the viewers were having none of it. Within days, she lost hundreds of thousands of her most active followers across different platforms. While her comments went from sweet and wholesome to absolutely despising everything she did. However, one thing viewers struggled to understand was why. Why did she switch up so much in such a short time? Well, there was one potential answer: her boyfriend. In October 2023, Clara started dating a Filipino creator named Javi Lorenzana. And the two became quite close right from the get-go. Clara in particular seemed really into him, with her even posting a video titled, "How I Manifested My Soulmate." The audience really loved their dynamic as well, resulting in their new joined YouTube channel reaching over 2 million subscribers in no time. And their videos together receiving comments like, "I really hope being in a public relationship won't affect them as a couple. Please be happy together. You guys are so cute." However, when everything went down, viewers started theorizing that Javi, or Harvey, however you pronounce it, was the one behind the drastic change in Clara. That he was also the real reason for her surgical procedure. But just as people were
100%.
trying to piece together the connection between Javi and Clara's strange behavior in recent months, something completely unexpected happened.
We broke up. It happened really fast when I was in Manila.
Clara made the announcement on June 11th, 2025, and seemed noticeably distraught because of it.
Damn, last month? Look at them things. Like, they weren't there before, bro. Like, whoa, man. Shit. Holy fucking smokes, dude. Are you really crying if you have time to get your phone and record?
This breakup didn't sit right with viewers, especially after watching Javi's announcement, one he didn't even take seriously enough to put a shirt on for.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to share that Clara and I have broken up.
The timing of this breakup was also quite suspicious, as it happened right when Clara was getting roasted by the entire internet. So to some, this seemed like nothing more than a PR stunt from Clara to farm sympathy, and take the attention away from the controversy, which could have been true. But then, one of Javi's exes came forward and claimed that he wasn't a good person, since according to her, Javi cheated on her with Clara, and that this wasn't anything new for him, stating, "Javi, who is also my ex, has a long history of infidelity from high school till now, and his reputation has always been terrible." This revelation sparked yet another theory, one where Javi was the mastermind behind—
Yo, fam, man used to shoplift at Toronto Rexo? Oh, he was like that, fam. Okay.
He was the one who pressured Clara into getting a boob job, shifting her content, and changing her online persona. And once he'd gotten what he wanted, he dipped, just in time to avoid getting caught up in the backlash. Of course, this is just a theory with no solid evidence. But even if it was the truth, it won't be enough to save Clara's career anymore. Clara has already lost the hundreds of thousands of people who genuinely cared about her as a person. This included those who grew up watching her videos, and those who found confidence in their own bodies because of her. They are still nostalgic for what she once stood for, as you'll find comments like, "I miss this Clara. She actually meant what she posted and didn't use her fame for bad stuff," littered throughout her older videos. However, it wasn't just what she did, it was how she handled the backlash and criticism.
Alright guys, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys do want to join the Twitch when we are live, we're acting every day, we're playing every day, we're doing stuff for women every day, we're doing stuff for men every day, which no one's gay here. Join the Twitch, link is in the description, man. Everybody stay safe. Peace out, gamers.